You just don't have to sign the petition, but it's always good to sign the petition just to have a vote of the people. So now you get a real pulse on what the Pierce County citizens think about that idea. And too often government uses it just to stop taxation that they have raised and have been very burdensome to the people. And it's just too much taxes.
Commissioner Layton.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner Layton here, District 7. Sorry to leave the meeting early, picking up a longtime friend who's flying in from DC, and I pulled over to make sure that I could debate this important topic as we talk about it. I agree with Commissioner Likens on the misinformation about COVID and the rationale behind this amendment. During COVID, my family experienced the death of my stepdad of COVID. And having to go through that with my mother and experiencing the hospitalization of it and the restrictions of one person at a time visiting is a very real, factual thing. And it's not something made up. And the provisions that were put into place saved many lives and unfortunately did not save my stepfather and a hardship that ensued after that. So I highly encourage you to vote against this. Referendums are important. We've heard very much before, high bars matter. In very much debate, and so in this case, I certainly agree with that. So I urge my commissioners to vote against this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Layton. Commissioner Surratt.
Commissioner Surratt, District 5. I'm going to be voting against this amendment, this proposal rather. First, I want to state that I think the debate around emergency powers is a valid one and one that is appropriate for our Charter Review Commission to conduct, and so I appreciate that it was brought before this body. It's a worthwhile subject, and it clearly is something of great importance to many constituents in District 5 and certainly all over Pierce County. But there are a couple of issues with this proposal with regards to emergency ordinances. First, it doesn't actually tackle emergency ordinances. It works on the back end of referendums and allows the sponsor of the referendum to repeal an emergency ordinance. Okay, well that does a couple of things that are consequential. Namely, one, it takes time to initiate a referendum, and by the time we're even getting to validating signatures and beginning the process of validating this referendum, the harm of the emergency ordinance has already been in effect potentially for several months. Additionally, it doesn't cancel contracts. So if this was a proposal that was intending to address emergency ordinances and the harm that they potentially create, it doesn't do so. The harm is still occurring, at least until the referendum several months later can become voted on and adopted by the public. Additionally, one thing that I think is problematic here is that this handicaps the council from implementing emergency ordinances if that referendum was to pass. At the same time, the executive would be able to usher in the resources of the executive branch and respond to emergencies. This is a commission that has expressed great interest in alignment between alignment of powers between the council and the executive, and yet this proposal here, in the name of public accountability, ensures that the executive actually has far more resources to respond to emergencies in a way that the council would be deprived of. So I think there's a couple of really problematic things here. If we wanted to tackle emergency ordinances, we could have addressed the fact that it only requires a supermajority and not a consensus, for example. We could have added limitations to emergency ordinances that are already specified within that section. But this proposal does not do that. So if the goal here is to eliminate the possibility of harm from emergency ordinances, it does not accomplish that. And in fact, it weakens the council, and it affects governance in fairly profound ways. And for that reason, I cannot support this amendment.
Thank you. Seeing no additional discussion, we have a motion and a second to advance this matter for further consideration. This is a roll call vote. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Lisa Boyd,
No.
George Consuelo,
Nay.
Mason Fletcher,
Yes.
Kate Ginn,
No.
Sharon Hannick,
Yes.
Caleb Heimlich,
Yes.
Elizabeth Herrera,
Yes.
Billy Joe Hetherington,
No.
Jake Hunter,
No.
Justin Layton,
No.
Brenda Likens,
No.
Brenda Molesky,
Yes.
Jerome O'Leary,
Yes.
Holly Rogie,
Yes.
Lujana Roar,
No.
Devin Rydell Kelly,
No.
Troy Surratt,
No.
Jen Marie Strickling,
No.
Martha Lance.
No.
All right, I have 7 in favor and 12 opposed.
So the motion fails. Item C21 will not advance for further consideration. Moving to item C25,
Point of information.
Commissioner Rydell Kelly.
I just want to note that I just realized C23 somehow didn't make it onto the agenda for second reading. The initiative threshold.
We already did that.
Did it go for 2?
Yeah.
Oh, it did. Oh my geez, I'm so sorry. It's in the hopper already. Great.
Yeah. Hop on.
Oh my god.
My brain is mush. I'm sorry. I am really embarrassed to say that. Okay.
It was so good, we did it already.
Okay. I'm sorry.
All right. No, it's fine. There's a lot going on. Thanks for the point of information. C25 is the next item, which is the 4-year balanced budget. Commissioner Rohr, do you have a motion?
Commissioner Rohr, District 6, I move Amendment C25 to the hopper.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to move proposal C25 to the hopper. Commissioner Rohr, would you like to speak to your proposal? And I would note that there is also an amendment that you pre-filed, so if you want to move to amend it, you can amend your motion.
Yeah, I would like to make a motion to move my amendment to the amendment.
So that's on page 44 of your packets. So it's been moved by Commissioner Rohr to amend the motion to amend the proposal. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Commissioner Rohr, would you like to discuss that motion, your motion to amend?
Yes, thank you. So I have an amendment to my amendment, and the amendment is titled 4-Year Budget Outlook. So I have continued to work on language since first reading to make C25 stronger, clearer, and more practical for Pierce County. I have been speaking with people very familiar with our county's budget process, including council budget staff, the finance department, leadership, Julie DeMuth, Wolf Opitz, who I believe came and spoke at a former meeting in person about his broad experience at the state and county level. But also he served as deputy finance director. And then I believe Gary Robinson, who was also the director for many years in Pierce County, he retired, also spoke in favor of the amendment. And I worked directly with Wolf on language that was meaningful and practical. So Wolf has subject matter expertise on this issue, helped me refine language. And I know he spoke to some of his qualifications when he was there giving public comment. So he offered some technical support, and he's someone who has actually worked in long-term government financing and planning. So Julie DeMuth has also been a part of this process, and we sent her the language, and she believes this will be a valuable addition to the charter. It works really well and would be a meaningful amendment. So I recognize there's discussion with 01 and C25, and so I know that will continue. But on this amendment to the amendment, it makes C25 more focused, practical, and clear by, number one, it changes the title to 4-year budget outlook, which clarifies that this was not a second adopted budget, but a forward-looking financial outlook to accompany the regular biennial budget. Second, it's focusing the requirement of the county current expense fund, the county's main operating fund, where long-term financial pressures are especially important to identify. It is clarifying that the outlook is provided by the county executive and prepared by the chief financial officer, ensuring that projections come from the county's professional financial staff. It is requiring the outlook to include projected revenues, projected expenditures, reserves, and fund balances, giving the council and public a clearer picture of the county's financial condition. It is requiring the county to show whether projected spending is sustainable over a 4-year period with projected available funds. It is requiring the county council to consider the outlook when deliberating and adopting the biennial budget, and it is leaving implementation details to ordinance, so the charter sets the accountability requirement without adding necessary process details. So the charter already requires a balanced biennial budget, but it does not require this type of formal 4-year outlook, operating outlook tied to the proposed budget. This amendment fills the gap and gives the council and the public a better view of the county's financial future, the future financial condition. So that's some of the changes, and you can look at the language of the new amendment, but all of it has been received really well by the stakeholders. So,
thank you, Commissioner Rohr. Discussion on the motion to amend, Commissioner Ginn.
Thank you, Commissioner Ginn, District 4. Commissioner Rohr, thank you so much for your hard work on this. This really clarifies the concerns I previously had about it. I think it's clear now what the budget outlook is as compared to the budget, and that it's not a forecast, which I believe is currently done on the 6-year basis. And I also have a lot of trust for the technical expertise of Mr. Opitz, so I just wanted to thank you for your hard work getting that input and continuing to work this through. So I'm in support of this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Any additional discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, we will vote on the amendment. That doesn't require a roll call. All in favor of Commissioner Rohr's amendment to her proposal, please raise your card or your hand online.
Sorry, 1 second.
6.
Commissioner Layton had his hand up, and
Sorry.
maybe he drove off the road.
Let's hope not.
I know.
Let's hope not. Let me recount again, sorry.
No. We're converting him.
I count 18.
There's
Okay. 19th? No, when is that? Okay.
Okay.
All y'all.
All right. The motion to amend passes. So we will now go back to the main motion, which was to advance C25 to final consideration to the hopper as it has now been amended, which was Commissioner Rohrer's motion. So would you like to speak to that motion?
Yes, please. Commissioner Rohrer, District 6. So I am bringing C25 forward because Pierce County's financial decisions do not stop at the end of a 2-year budget cycle. The county adopts a biennial budget, but labor costs, public safety needs, court operations, jail costs, service demands, capital obligations, inflation, revenue changes, and economic downturns often extend well past 2 years. Pierce County's current financial picture shows why this amendment matters. The county adopted a $3.5 billion 2026-2027 biennial budget representing only about a 3% increase over the prior biennium, while cost and services demands continue to rise. County budget materials also point to slower revenue growth, declining one-time federal aid, and revenue uncertainty as pressures on county operations. This is important because roughly 76% of the general fund is already committed to public safety and criminal justice functions, including the sheriff's office, courts, juvenile services, and related support services. When costs rise or revenues fall short, the county has limited flexibility without affecting services people rely on. We are also seeing the need for caution. The county has used cost containment measures such as countywide hiring freeze with limited exceptions, travel restrictions, tighter vacancy controls to manage revenue uncertainty and to avoid deeper workforce reductions. Those are practical warning signs that the county should not only balance the next 2-year budget, but also look ahead to whether the ongoing spending is sustainable over the next 4 years. That is exactly why a 4-year budget outlook is important. The public relies on county government for essential operations, including public safety, courts, roads, human services, elections, land use, emergency management, and basic public services. When the county's financial outlook becomes unstable, those services and public trust are affected. C25 does not replace the county's current biennial budget process. It strengthens it. The charter already requires a balanced 2-year budget, but it does not require a formal 4-year operating outlook tied to the executive's proposed budget. This amendment fills the gap by requiring the county to look beyond the 2 years and show whether projected spending is sustainable within projected revenues, reserves, and fund balances over a 4-year period. This amendment also keeps charter language practical. It focuses on the county's current expense fund, which is the county's main operating fund and where long-term financial pressures are especially important to understand. It requires the outlook to be prepared by the CFO and provided by the executives, be provided with the executive's proposed biennial budget. It also allows implementation details to be handled by ordinance. The charter sets the accountability requirement. So in plain language, C25 asks the county to show the public whether today's budget decisions are affordable beyond the current budget window. That is not just a budgeting exercise. It is a protection for the county's long-term financial stability, a transparency tool for the public, and an accountability measure for county decision makers. I know that I also included a graph from the executive's presentation back on April 6th, and you can look at our budget outlook, which is deeply concerning. So I would, what this amendment does is it really does put the onus on the county council members as well to make sure that they're making sound decisions fiscally for the county. One of the things that, in speaking with Gary Robinson, that he mentioned as well, and I don't know if I have these practices, such as the 4-year budget outlook, have been endorsed by the Government Finance Officers by Association and are among factors that are used by firms that rate the creditworthiness of the county. So it is important in terms of the Moody rating, which I don't have that in front of me, but that impacts when we are going out for bonds. We want to make sure we have the best credit rating. Recently, Washington's credit outlook with Moody was downgraded to negative, and that is a clear warning sign. And one of the reasons why their outlook was downgraded to negative was because of budgeting maneuvers that were happening and loss of one-time funds, similar to what Pierce County is kind of experiencing. And I think it's really important that we protect our credit rating, that protects the cost of services. It is the public who are paying to support everything that the county is doing, and we should protect those funds wisely. So I believe this amendment will make a wonderful, a positive impact on our budget for future years and generations. So I ask for your support.
Thank you, Commissioner Rohr. Is there any other discussion on the motion? Oh, Commissioner Rogi.
A point of clarification, just wanted to point out it's 10:16. I thought you said we were clearing out at 10.
Sorry. We got a little reprieve. We can stay a little bit longer. So, okay. And we're mid motion. So, at the very least, I would urge that we complete this matter.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair, for that clarification. And I support this measure because I'm Holly Rogi, District 3. I support this measure because it embodies responsible, forward-thinking government. Requiring the executive to submit a 4-year outlook with the biennial budget brings much-needed transparency and discipline to county fiscal planning. It ensures that we don't just balance the books for today, but we project over 4 years to demonstrate sustainability. Too many government agencies started permanent programs with temporary ARPA dollars, which is the American Rescue Plan Act. Government and programs grew with no sustainable path forward. And now government agencies, including Pierce County, are facing too much expenditure, which means having to cut people and programs potentially. This 4-year outlook could help make informed and responsible decisions to create a sustainable budget.
Thank you, Commissioner Rogi. Seeing no from Commissioner Surratt.
Commissioner Surratt, District 5. I'm going to be voting in favor of this proposal, but I do want to express a bit of hesitation as I do that. While I really appreciate the amendment, and I think it has satisfied other commissioners, I continue to have reservations about the intent with regards to specific language in the amendment, namely that the county, through this process, is to demonstrate its financial condition. So we would want to understand any fund imbalances that we might be experiencing. But the following subsection says that projected expenditures shall not exceed projected available funds over the 4-year period. That still confuses me. If we want to know the financial condition of a county, we want to know if there's a deficit, not to obscure it with a balanced forecast. But what I think this proposal is attempting to do is establish a baseline forecast, conduct something of a gap analysis, and identify potential solutions to rectify the problem. And if that is the intent of the proposal, then I will happily support it, and I imagine we can package that up with the submission of the finance revamping from Director DeMuth. But if that's not, then this will be something later on that I'll be voting down. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Surratt. Any additional discussion? Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Riddle-Kelly.
Yes, Commissioner Riddle-Kelly, District 4. Just to echo Commissioner Surratt's points, because that is not currently resolved, I'm a no vote on this. I understand that it might be well intended, but I can't support it as it's currently written, even though it is improved over the original language. So that's it.
Any additional discussion? No. I'm going to take chair's privilege, and I'd like to say that I am going to vote yes to advance this. I think we still can work it out a little bit, and we've talked about marrying it up with the financial modernization proposal that's also on the table. But I'm willing to move it forward for now, and I want to echo what Commissioner Ginn said earlier. The amount of effort and the input and stakeholder work that Commissioner Rohrer has done on this is most appreciated, and I, for one, have great confidence in the experts that she spoke with, as well as in Commissioner Rohrer's tireless work on this. So I'm going to be voting to move this forward. So with that, we will take a roll call vote on the motion to advance C25 as amended to the hopper for further consideration. Clerk, will you call the roll?
George Consuelo,
Aye.
Mason Fletcher,
Yes.
Kate Ginn,
Aye.
Sharon Hannick,
Yes.
Caleb Heimlich,
Aye.
Elizabeth Herrera,
Yes.
Billy Joe Hetherington,
Yes.
Jake Hunter,
Yes.
Justin Layton,
No.
Brenda Likens,
Yes.
Brenda Molesky,
Yes.
Jerome O'Leary,
Yes.
Holly Rogie,
Yes.
Bujana Rohr,
Yes.
Devin Rydell Kelly,
No.
Troy Surratt,
Yes.
Jen Marie Strickling,
No.
Lisa Boyd,
Yes.
and Martha Lance.
Yes. So, what she's going to tell us.
So I have 16 in favor and 3 opposed.
All right, the motion carries, and C25 as amended will be moved for further consideration for the next round of discussions. So we are now at 10:15. I think we could do another second reading, or...
I'm gonna do it.
All right. So I'm going to move. I'm not seeing any motion to adjourn. Oh, maybe I am. Commissioner Fletcher.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. This isn't. Do we debate that? I can't remember.
It's really hot in here.
No debate. No debate. So, all in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
I think we need to count. Sorry. All right. All in favor of adjournment, please hold up your card or raise your hand.
He's flagging with.
I count 10.
All opposed, please raise your card or raise your hand. If you already voted, put your hands down, please, online.
Somebody has not voted. I count 6.
Okay, so the motion carries. We are adjourned. Before I gavel, I would just like to commend folks on the good work that we did on these second readings. We're going to pick up with them, and if we can keep up this pace and this pleasantness, I think we'll get through all of them at the next meeting, and we'll be ready to move forward. So thank you, and I know this has been tough work, and I really appreciate everybody hanging in there.
It is so hot. I don't